What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, before we continue here on with the actual video itself, just so you guys are aware, the supporter program is still going on. Season 5 has started and we're a couple days in. We got 4,739 supporters. Please go click that support button. Remember, it's free codes. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. I will send you guys codes almost every single day. I've done it twice a day now, so everyone that is joining is getting their codes. I will do my best to continue that as we go along, but I want to say a big shout out obviously to my top 10 currently. Kokodai, NID 4870058. ISU64, Bond, NID 3517807, NID 2638263, Fat Ninja, Reynatus, NID 7517852, and Nightmare. And of course, everyone else along the way, you will be getting more shoutouts as it goes on, and more codes. If you plan to spend and you want to support, I will benefit for you as well too, because your codes will come in and you'll get shoutouts. And of course, I'll be doing a live stream eventually with a top 100. Not to mention, if you are a top 100 supporter from the last few seasons, guys, I am giving $100 away on my Discord. So make sure you join. You will get a special roll as long as you can prove that you are top 100. And here you guys go. Top 100 giveaway for $100. We have 28 entries at the moment, and there's 100 of you. So there should be 100 people participating. All right, folks. Now that we've done that, season 2, episode 1 review of the show is coming up. Stay tuned. If you want to avoid that, I'll put a timestamp. You can skip it and go to the actual issues of Shadows right now, the bugs that we're facing and what Marvel needs to fix. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. All right, guys, real quick. I'm going to do a quick review of season 2, episode 1 of Solo Leveling. That's right. There actually will be a little bit of spoilers, unfortunately. I said there will be no spoilers. So if you want to skip this, I will put a timestamp so you don't have to watch this. You can watch the anime yourself. But I do want to give my review and my thoughts on it. So instead of watching the entire episode, which will be copywritten, including everything else, I'm just going to do still images. That way I'm not giving too much away. And I'm just giving you my comments and feedback with the actual show. And then after this is done, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the bugs that are going on with Shadows. Shout out to Zaf for figuring out the Serbi one, or whoever told him. Either way, good for him for reporting it. I haven't tested it yet to see if that's the case for me, but I would imagine it is for him, so it should be for all of us. So we're going to test that out as well too. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit about a major issue, of course, and that is the lack of power gain in Army of Shadows when you push them over to the red zone right over here. If you push your shadows over to the red here, it actually does not increase their power, and that for sure is a bug. And we all also obviously notice this because you guys can see I've got Beru maxed out here, and I've got Igris almost maxed out, and none of it actually applied, which of course again is a massive issue. So we definitely have to figure that out and see what the heck's going on and why that is happening. So we're going to talk all about that very shortly. But first, let's talk about season 2. Episode 1. So I can tell you this right now, if the rest of the season goes this way, we're coming in for a big massive surprise in an incredible season. Okay, it's following the manhwa to a T, which I love, but more importantly, the animation is crisp, and there is a highlight here that I want to talk about. So first and foremost, we start off with our boy looking dapper as hell. So there he is, SJW, looking clean and crisp to go see a parent-teacher interview. In this case, of course, being the big brother of a sister, he's going in to talk about her, and then along the way, as he's listening in and hearing that his sister's doing well, he stumbles upon another E-rank hunter who he's met before, and we all know obviously in that song. If you don't know who this girl is, she is in fact in the game. She is this girl right here, Han Song-yi, who is one of his sister's close friends, and she is now an E-rank hunter, or has been an E-rank hunter, and he wants to kind of take her under his wing and show her the hardships of gate fighting or just being involved in the hunter business, right? So they kind of start doing that. Now, while this is happening, we have a little bit of an announcement or a clip for the intro. This is probably one of the sickest intros I've ever seen. Music is on point, animation is on point, everything is on point. One thing I did find interesting is when you look at the intro, you do see Baran here fighting Tank, Igris, and what looks like Iron here. He is purple AF. So if you guys know what Baran looks like in the game and the manhwa, he actually is more this color here, right? It's more like a grayish blue, grayish greenish, more like gray. But in the anime, they are actually going with the purple. Now, this is inspiration from I don't know where, or I don't know if this is a lighting thing, but interestingly enough, you can see here SJW in the intro fighting him, and it looks amazing. So I'm very surprised they went with this color. I actually do like this color more. I think it looks more menacing here, but I mean, at the end of the day, he still looks pretty damn badass in it, no matter which way you look at it. Now, while this is going on with SJW and taking Song under his wing, they're about to go and do a mission in a gate. We have the introduction or reintroduction of a very, very popular and hated character, obviously, and that is our boy Dong-Su is back. That's right, Dong-Su is back in Korea, and not too happy to be there, but he is obviously looking to avenge his brother's death. And you guys see here, he's talking to our boy Wu and treating our boy Wu like garbage. I'm not happy about the way he's speaking to him, but nonetheless, he is there, and he's there for one thing and one thing only, and that is to take revenge for his brother's death, obviously. So we have the reintroduction of Dong-Su. And the crazy thing about this, as much as I hate him, as much as we all probably hate him, he's got an amazing voice actor in Japan, the Japanese voice actor, and he's got the Sukuna voice actor from JJK. So if you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, it kind of does suck that we have a really hated person kind of covering him, but nonetheless, that is what's happening. Now, in tandem to this, there's the introduction of Gun-Hee and Choi talking about a real issue that's going on an island, specifically Jeju Island, and the fact that ants are in fact evolving, and this is the precursor to obviously Jeju Island, so it is looking like we are going to get some Jeju Island action inside the actual upcoming season, which is fantastic. I don't know how far they're going to go, but they're planning to definitely talk about it, okay? So this is something to look forward to, obviously, and it's kind of a cool thing. So going back to SJW, as it goes on, we kind of get an introduction to Kim Chul here without the helmet on. I think this is one of the most badass looking characters from an armor perspective, from a look perspective. They captured him really well. His voice was actually a lot more tame than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to be more gruffy and manly. It was a lot more he actually, without the armor, he might actually be a pretty skinny dude. Honestly, I don't think he's muscular or anything. So I expected more of like a rougher voice, but he ended up becoming pretty normal sounding character, which I was very surprised about. But it was really cool to see him without the mask, and they do introduce him here as a tank, obviously part of the Wolf Guild, and we do also have the folks asking SJW in secret not to participate too much because they have some E rank hunters and C rank and B rank hunters who need a little more experience. So they're like, yo, please take it easy. So ironically enough, he's like, cool, this is easy. It's a C gate, no problem, right? And then of course we have the introduction of a red gate that just pops up out of nowhere. And then now they are stuck inside of a snowy battlefield with not knowing what to expect. And of course we get our first introduction to the ice elves, right? And this is actually a really cool introduction. You can see one of these poor guys gets an arrow right between the eyes and completely dead. And in contrast to this, you guys can see SJW's reaction to it, which is of course night and day different, where he's a badass protecting Song and completely capturing this arrow with his hand. And it looks like the only real person that noticed this was actually our girl Park Hee. So a quick introduction to her, and they made her actually really cool because she obviously looks different than everybody else. She's, I believe, an A rank healer or a B rank healer. She's a B rank healer if I remember correctly. And of course Park looks a little different in the game as well, you guys, but she does definitely wear the iconic costume. Where's Park here? There she is. If we go back and change her costume here, you guys can see the normal costume is in fact the same, but she looks way nicer here. I think eventually you get to see this, but everything is there. There's the hair tie, there's the shoulder pads and everything. So matches the game perfectly. And actually she's pretty intuitive. She instantly notices that this man is in fact not just an E rank hunter. SJW is clearly a lot more than they portrayed him to be. So that's kind of cool. Now while this is all happening, the two teams split up. They go along their ways. Kim Chul actually has a pretty cool action scene here where he fights with his full armor and shield and actually fights a bear. So they kind of do show an A-rank's abilities here, and they do a fairly good job of it. And while this is happening, they're doing the other side here with SJW. Beck is actually across here. Beck and Dong-Su kind of cross paths, and this is the first time Beck is actually hearing about SJW, and all of a sudden Dong-Su comes by and he has interest in this guy, and all of a sudden now Beck is wondering what is such a big deal about this guy. So this is a cool introduction. This is straight from the manhwa, and they do a good job here showing the two S-rank hunters kind of crossing paths, and of course Dong-Su being super pissed off that he can't get his hands on SJW, not knowing obviously how strong he is. Now while this is cool going on, I thought this was kind of cool. They do a blessing stone here, the wolf assassin. It's interesting how it's all animal type monsters here. It's all plus 40%, and if you look at the blessing stone in the game, I think it's kind of cool that they did this, but it's a little different, obviously, right? The blessing stone in the game is as follows. Wolf Assassin is the damage deal to normal monsters by 20%. So I kind of wish that 40% kind of stuck, but it'd be pretty damn OP. But it's cool to see the Wolf Assassin, and then obviously having this pop up here as well, too. So kind of giving homage to the manhwa and the game. So this is cool. And then obviously while he's summoning his shadows, this is also another cool thing. He's leveling up here while he's fighting. You guys can see he leveled up inside of a red gate, so red gate gave more EXP. And then the fact that he has MP issues while he's summoning his guys, you guys can see his MP going down. Now this was I think the part that stole the whole show. Okay, so Igris is out, and this is really cool. He has Igris out, but he has 0 MP at the moment. So I think this is something they should really consider implementing in the game, where there's one general shadow out after you have 0 MP, and he can pretty much help you along the way. Igris definitely stole the show with the action scene. He fights Tank, or the Alpha Bear in this case, and the fight is incredibly choreographed, animated. It's so well put together, and it definitely is the star of the show, in my opinion. This is Igris kind of taking him out here, and even makes SJW say wow in English, and that was really, really cool. And I thought that was a great way to show the power of his shadows. Not only that, but he even mentions at one point that he feels like if Igris had his whole sword out the whole time they fought, he probably would have actually beat SJW, if not they're the same power level, or he would have been even stronger at the time. So that was cool. And then at the end of it, once this is all done, everything's looking pretty damn cool on SJW's side. On Kim Chu's side, on the other hand, things are going really bad, and we have the introduction of Baraka, which I'm very excited about. Obviously, we know that he does not, this character here is original to the game, so we're not going to see him in the anime and manga as this format, but we do know he obviously does exist as a boss, and we do fight him in the game, and he looks really, really identical. So very, very excited to see that. So there you guys go. Episode 1 started off with a bang. What a way to start the game, or the anime, I mean, sorry, and what a way to link it to the game. I love seeing all the intricacies that they've included in the Netmarble game, obviously, and then going back to the anime and the manga and seeing it all come to life is such a cool feeling. So super, super, super dope. Very excited for episode 2. And guys, if you are interested, we are watching these on my Discord every Saturday as a Discord party. We did the first episode. It was incredible. So thank you guys for joining, and we'll be doing episode 2 and all the way across to season 2's end. All right, now let's talk a little bit about some of the bugs. All right, so first bug, Zaf actually mentioned this one this morning, so shout out to Zaf for mentioning this. I'm gonna test it with you guys to see if it actually works or it does not work, but we're gonna go ahead and do this fight here. I'm going to go ahead and put these guys in. Now we're going to watch specifically Serbi in this case, okay? So Cerberus here apparently is not performing as he's supposed to. So we're going to take a quick look and see what exactly is going on. It looks like his combustion is not working as intended. Apparently it's not sticking. So we're going to test this out and kind of see what's going on and see if that is in fact happening to all fights. Now I think Zaf did this with the Scorpion boss on one of the floors. I'm just going to see if, well, I don't know why I'm doing level 15. This is my pay to win account. But anyways, here we go. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're going to test this on the boss. I'm going to let Serbi kind of do his thing. Okay, so we see punishment on there, and then Cerberus should be casting his skills very soon. And where's the beam? There it is. Yeah, it's not working. So Zaf was absolutely correct. It is not working. So that's a big bug, guys. That's 5% extra damage right there gone. And Cerberus pretty much loses all of his utility once that's out the bag. So that's a big, big issue, and I hope Netmarble addresses that one quickly. So again, shout out to you, Zaf, for figuring that one out, my brother. Appreciate you putting that on attention. I didn't even notice that, to be honest, and I've been using Serbi every day as one of my main shadows. So I'm just so used to seeing him perform it, I don't even think twice about it, right? So that, again, Netmarble is a big, big issue, and I hope is addressed very, very soon, and definitely is one that needs to be addressed before anything else, because I think that one there is a huge one, especially as a DPS loss to everybody else. You know what? That might actually explain a lot of why some of my performances have been lower than usual when using Serbi. So there's that issue right there. And then, of course, the second issue, as I mentioned already to you guys, is a big one, and that is the fact that the red section of the increase in the growth of a hunter, or not a hunter, sorry. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I'm talking about here. Let's go shadows. I can show you easier than I can do anything else. But this part here doesn't actually increase your combat power. So if I go to here, right, and let's just say I want to do this one. So watch, 253373, 253373, right? If I go to my battle tier, you guys can see 1459356, 1459356. Now let's just increase this, and you'll see it doesn't work. It's definitely bugged. So we'll go ahead and do this. This should increase the overall power. Does not do anything. Massive 2 bugs on shadows. So we need a revamp, guys. We need this to work. We need a Cerberus to get fixed. We need this to work. And at the same time, I feel like they need to allow us to have one shadow out at all times. I think that'd be such a badass move to make, man. I hope that's something in the future they at least consider, or at least extend increased generals, maybe your shadow authority can stay out a little longer. I think that'd be a cool feature, but I don't see it happening. But hey, you know what? One can hope, one can dream. But there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate you. Again, remember, episode 1 is out. Go check it out on Crunchyroll. If you haven't, you can always come and join us next week for episode 2. And then eventually, when it's all over on Discord, we'll probably rewatch the entire thing again, just because it's such a damn badass show. All right, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.